Hi, this is Eric Martin, Report Game Geek. I'm here with Christian Sawyer, looking at WARIGIN. I know a 3-player game, yes?
Yes, actually it's a game for 2 to 3 players.
Okay.
Originally it was a 3-player only game because I refused for the last couple of 10 years to add the 2-player version. But finally we managed to make it really great playable with 2 players too. Yeah, but it's a maximum 3-player game.
Okay, so maybe give an overview of what we are.
What we are, exactly.
In this world and what we're doing.
Let me give you a very short explanation. Basically, WARIGIN is a game in which you always have an asymmetric game setup because it is one faction against the 2 other factions.
Okay.
But it can be also this faction against the 2 other factions because we don't know at the beginning of the game who is the challenger, who wants to conquer eternity, because we have heaven, hell and the void. Everyone is in his corner of eternity, and at some point one of the faction gets greedy and want to conquer everything.
Okay.
So we have a very short bidding sequence at the beginning of the game in which all player can decide if they want to play alone. For this, everyone receives 9 of these action cards, and there are another 9 community cards with so open face up. I think face up is the word.
Yes.
So face up in the middle of the board, and then you have a very short bidding mechanism where basically I say, hey, do you want to play alone? If you receive none of these 9 additional cards, you will say no, no, no. Do you want to play with 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2? At some point, one of us gets greedy. There's an explanation in the manual, also scenario for 2 and 3 players, where you learn about all the cards and you know what is a good starting hand. At some point, you say, okay, now I want to challenge the two other factions, and then we put our meeples here on the board. We have different information at the bottom. So it's basically also a little bit of a stratego element because you have the concealed units here, and then...
Here, you can set it down if you want.
So we set it down, maybe we can see it, great. So basically everyone receives 8 units. Plus the challenger receives 9 units because you have one additional advantage in the middle. Basically, it's also called the home territory. Okay. And normally we place them according to our strategy, right? With the strong and with the weak units. And then the core mechanism is really easy and fast to learn, because as the challenger, I have the option to move 3 of my units for 1 field, or to move 2 of my units for 1 field and to play 1 of my action cards before.
Okay.
Then it's the turn from the alliance player, and he has the chance to play 1 action card and move 1 unit, or he can move 2 units for 1 field. Okay. So this is really fast, and once a turn, before it's a turn from the challenger again, one of the event cards shows the new event which is valid for the next 3 turns.
Okay.
Which also change the dynamics completely, because sometimes the weaker units, they get stronger, or there's some kind of a plague, which means that units are removed, so then you have a good opportunity to move in with your rebels as an example. Because although the rules itself, they are really simple to understand, there's a lot of opportunity to use your different action cards, because all of them have an effect. Like you can force another player to skip his movement, you can place additional rebels, you can destroy other units, you can buff to your own units, you can give debuffs to your opponent. And the really great thing is that one match of WARIGIN takes roughly 15 to 20 minutes after you know the card. So first match is maybe 30 minutes, but after you know the cards, you can play it really fast. There's also an inter-match scoring system, which gives you a bonus and more points if you are the challenger and you request less cards in the beginning.
Right.
And there's 2 different kind to do the battle. So there's so you always check what is the current event. Do we have a modification for the battle? Then is there modification because I played the action card before? And then the fight happens either via roll of a dice. Then you have really fast gameplay, or you can use our battle cards. Then it becomes a little bit more tactical, even, because then you can bluff, you can decide, is this an important fight for me? Then I can use a high card, or just throw away my garbage. Yeah, so this is basically the idea. You have to conquer, if you're the challenger, one of the enemy fortresses, and if you're the alliance, you have to conquer the fortress from the challenger or defeat all his units, because obviously you cannot conquer eternity if you don't have any units anymore.
Okay.
This is, I think, the game in a nutshell. The feedback from most German Let's Players is pretty good. So people ask me, hey, which video should I have a look at? I say, hey, you can have a look at every video, because they
all come across well.
Exactly, because all of them say it's a really innovative approach. We had a very small Kickstarter campaign recently with more than 350 backers.
Right.
Now we have a micro edition for the SPIEL event. Yeah, and I'm really, really happy if you give it a try, if you like the Board Game Geek page also for the game. And do you have any questions about the game? Did I forget something? So
no, it seems a very straight run through.
Absolutely, it's a really, really fast and fun game, which is also the feedback. So we have a lot of games ongoing on the table, so they're occupied all the time, which is great for us. Unfortunately, we have to tell some guys, sorry, you cannot try out the game, because exactly this happens always. But it's really fast and also a fun gameplay, but it's not like the random stuff, but you have really the tactical approach.
Thank you very much, Christian, for the overview of Origin here at SPIEL 2018. Thank you.
Yeah, Eric.
Thanks.
Bye.